we are actually live and we are ready to start the 1 year anniversary of MaliceCast. Was actually a couple days ago, but this is our first time doing it since the actual 365 days happened. Thank you so much to all the geek enthusiasts and nerd aficionados. Welcome to MaliceCast 1 year, season 12, season 2, episode 12. We're hoping to get to season 12. Already screwing up here.
Putting in work.
Yeah. A lot of work. When I looked at the stuff that we've done, when we get into that, some of the milestones that we hit on things, very surprising. And I have to say thank you to the nerd aficionados or the geek aficionados and nerd enthusiasts that have been along for the journey. Let's talk about who's on the cast right now. You have me, Mess5150. I went with the throwback. I was looking at all of our podcasts. Our very first episode, I was wearing this Captain America hat, and I figured I'd go back to wearing the first hat that we started the cast with. And then I only had the little bit of goatee. If you watch the marathon that's going to come after 50 plus hours of video, you'll see my beard slowly grow as the cast goes along.
He's also been drinking milk.
Yeah. Also joining us on the cast, we have my co-chair, co-host, Mr. Beacon.
What up, everybody? Welcome.
Oh, come on.
Welcome.
You can hype up.
Hey, everybody! I did not wear my first hat from the first cast because it was a Superman hat, and I threw it away. So
That's in the speeding bullet. Yeah.
And we'll be bringing Masonic Vader back on later to get into that.
What, we're gonna debate the merits of Superman?
No,
It won't take very long.
no, that happens all the time. We do that every cast.
Hey,
I would say you could start a fire with that hat, but we all know it blows too much for it to start. So.
Ooh.
Setting everything up.
Dad joke.
I'm waiting for the recourse in the chat room. And by the way, if you're in the chat room, please join in the conversation with us. Talk all things nerd with us. We will recite what you're saying so that the people that aren't in the chat room can see what's going on and have some fun with us. A lot of times the we have
A lot of times the boom mic almost kills Wes. It's terrible.
a lot of times whatever's going on in the chat is not going on with what we're talking about, but that's the fun of it. There's two casts in one going on here. Also joining us, our other co-host when I'm not here, that makes the show even better when I'm not here, Mr. Big Papa Matt. Welcome, sir.
I wouldn't say it makes it better, but it definitely gives us a better feel for a great beard when you're not here. So what's going on, Mess and crew? Glad to be here for the 1 year anniversary of MaliceCast podcast. This is exciting stuff, man. This is kind of that cool moment for us all right now. So I'm really excited. Shout out to Icy Zorro, Masonic Vader, Red Meepaw, everybody joining us in there. Pride in. You guys are all phenomenal and amazing. We can't thank you enough for what you've been doing for us this whole year.
Yeah, sentiments exactly. As always, the phrase that Mr. Jack Malice loves, as he stated last time, our female persuasion,
AKA the token female.
The token female.
I'll take Tolkien female. I can be a Tolkien female.
A Tolkien female? Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote some good females.
Yeah,
I'd be Eowyn.
How are you doing, Super?
I'm not doing too bad. It was a long work week, but it's over. It's done, and we are just ready to get into April and be done with taxes.
Yeah, for what you do. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I can imagine that.
Yep.
My taxes were done a long time ago because I needed those taxes. But
Needed
also,
the monies.
coming to us from in front of the garage, outside, on the scene, Mr. Igor. And he's
Take the lid.
Sometimes the
He's on
light's
mute
all
again.
shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me what a long, strange trip it's been.
So
Well
we
said.
had ideas. Oh, he's gone. He dropped the mic. That's it.
Boom. Done.
We
Hey,
had
Igor, what's the weather like out there?
It's
Cat
cold.
windy.
It's cold.
Get you anything?
I swear this will not be
have
me
one? I
farting
had one.
vociferously throughout the cast. It will be I'm actually outside, honest.
Jack Malice, shout out in the chat room as well.
Yes, bringing us the ones and twos, making sure that we look somewhat professional on here.
I mean, sound somewhat professional.
Sound more than look. He can't do anything for this face or any of ours. Thankfully, he makes our voices sound good.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so we were going to try and turn this into like a musical for Jack Malice because he loves musical episodes so much. So I was looking at stuff like rewording songs, taking Cotton Eye Joe, I've been here such, yeah.
I wouldn't have joined that.
Well, I was thinking, where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? MaliceCast show.
No. Staying far away from that one.
I even looked at Animaniacs. It's
all right,
time for
Jack.
MaliceCast.
Everybody's 1 year in and 1 year goodbye. Messed everybody. Welcome off the show. Goodbye.
But we decided to kibosh that and not do a musical show
because we like having a cast. Thanks, Jack. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thanks,
exactly. No, what we decided to do was we were gonna do what we normally do: talk all things nerd, point out some of the stuff that we've been geeking out on, go into a little bit of WonderCon, which I just came from, talk about the things that happened there, and a couple nerd stories, and then just celebrate this last year. Have a couple friendly faces that everybody's grown to love and like hanging out with come on and talk about their experiences from the last year and see where it goes from there. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about what everybody's been geeking out on. Myself personally, I've been binging the heck out of Fear the Walking Dead to get caught up for season 4. And just last night, another show I was binging, The Ranch, I went to a taping of. And I gotta say, Dax Shepard in person, because he's now on the cast, is absolutely hilarious.
I hate you right now.
The improv that man comes up with,
I freaking love that guy.
I luckily they didn't give us milk to drink because it would have been flying out of my nose while we were the laughs that were coming so hard. So, and Sam Elliott is extremely funny. Surprisingly, you think he's super dry and wouldn't be cracking a bunch of jokes, but man, the guy gets the audience laughing. So, really looking forward to the new season that's going to come out of that, and you guys should check it out on Netflix. Be calm. What you've been geeking out on?
Yeah. I've been watching Jessica Jones, trying to catch up on season 2. I'm like a little over halfway through. It's been amazing so far. I've been actually a lot of audiobooks lately. So I started, I read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the original, but I stumbled across the audiobook. So I started at book 1 and I'm now on book 5. So I've binge listened to 5 books here in this 1 week. And it's pretty amazing. It's been pretty fantastic, actually. If you haven't read the books in a while, you should probably go back and read them.
That's one of those series that you want to go back continuously.
It's so good.
So good. Absolutely. I see Zorro in the chat has been Altered Carbon on Netflix. Yes, he said Dax is freaking awesome as well. So I'm trying to look and see what other people. There's a lot of stuff going on in the chat.
A lot of Dax love. A lot of Dax love out there. Brighton Eric out there is speaking of a movie I will not speak about on the show tonight. So
yeah,
this show's not about that tonight.
No, we're gonna hold that for another special cast, which is called Quest for 100, episode 5. Right? I believe. Yeah,
it'll be 5.5, where we will spend some time talking about Ready Player One.
We'll be featuring Oogie Loves.
But on that note, Big Papa Matt, what have you been geeking out on?
There's been these amazing games as of last week dropped. Ni no Kunai 2 has just been taking up a ton of my life, but also Far Cry 5 came out this week. I've been playing a lot of that, been streaming a lot of that as well. Had a blast last night with the Nerd Mosh Pit guys on Twitch playing Far Cry 5. Just a ton of fun watching others run around slightly intoxicated and kicking each other in the groins for most of the game. So had a great time with that.
Nice. I don't have enough money to buy all these games that you luckily
You
are
know,
able to go get.
for $60, it's a great deal when you're just sitting there kicking each other in junk for most of the night. So it's a phenomenal physics of kicking someone in the testicles. It's really great.
So Jack is already putting out the interviews for a new podcast host. He said that they must hate musicals and musical episodes. So I'm being replaced. It was nice knowing you guys.
Cool. So with
Rampant
that,
junk kicking is accepted.
Go ahead, Big Papa.
I was gonna say, with that being said, let's bring on the next guest. Yeah, let's see what they got for it.
Super. What have you been geeking out on?
All right. So I finally got to catch up on the Blacklist season 4. I know I'm behind on it, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Blacklist is not a show I can just watch from start to finish, but you cannot say enough about James Spader. I mean, and the way that it ended with him and his former, body cleaner, the two of them going head to head. I mean, season 4 started off so bad I had to take a break from it from a long time, and then I finally finished it, and I'm so glad I finished it because it ended amazing, and just kudos to all those actors for how they pulled off that season finale.
Nice.
I do have to agree with you on the James Spader note in particular. I mean, dude went from rom-coms to this and Ultron. I'm okay with that.
He is the chameleon. I mean, he's just like Johnny Depp without being that crazy absorbed in the role, but he can go from any role and pull it off. And I don't feel like I'm watching James Spader. I just feel like I'm watching Reddington, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
It's a great show. It's a great show. And if you ever want to catch up on any shows, as you know, this website is brought to you by malice-corp.com. It's written there on the screen. Go check us out. Go look at the articles we write. This is where all the geeks and the nerds from that site come to talk about all things nerd. But check out the site. Hit that Amazon link at the bottom of any article, and you can go get some stuff on Amazon Prime, and it helps us out, helps you out getting your things. We get a little bit of a kickback, and we enjoy your help. So definitely do that.
Yeah, like go buy Far Cry 5 right there on Amazon, or I don't know, there's some movie that just came out like this last week or so on Blu-ray finally.
Yeah, that's
some
Sonic
Star
Raiders
Wars.
You got Last Jedi. So I was wondering how those
The Amazing Last Jedi, yes, is out on Blu-ray DVD.
So,
Not to
and
mention, if you need to upgrade to Prime, you get stuff like The Tick.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Spoon!
But since we heard his voice last, what have you been geeking out on, Igor?
Comics, and Mo Comics. I finally caved into my local shop's very, very polite and endearing peer pressure, and my goodness, DC's Dark Knight's Metal, so cool. And it's exactly what Scott Snyder promised. It's going to be a traverse into the realm of nightmares, but don't worry. It's not going to be all grim. It's going to be fun. And well, if you like the sound of a finale with a fully armored Batman riding a Joker dragon into battle, this is a good title for you.
That sounds cool.
I do.
So, yeah, I'm
It's pretty freaking metal.
But and they're talking about Johnny Depp not being a chameleon and Gary Oldman being a chameleon in the chat room now. So.
Gary Oldman. Yeah, I will agree with that as well. Gary Oldman is another one that is a good chameleon.
He's an amazing actor.
He is an
Plot twist: Gary Oldman's been playing Johnny Depp all this time.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
That would be fantastic. Let's get into some of the news that dropped this week really quickly. First and foremost, we got a new trailer for Westworld Season 2. And I know I watched it. I'm curious as to what your guys' thoughts were on the trailer, because I thought it was freaking amazing. Beacon, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, dude, it was really, really good. There's not much that can get me more hyped for Westworld Season 2. I'm already hyped for it, but just the one thing I love about Westworld is the music and the way that they take familiar songs and they put them into that old school player piano. And to hear Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana with the old school piano and the violin, it just man, it was awesome sounding. The visuals obviously were stunning. Kind of gives you a little bit of a sneak peek into what's going to happen. But Westworld, whatever you think is going to happen, something totally different is going to happen. So super excited for it.
Yeah, and that's what Icy Zoro can't wait for it. He said the music on the piano is huge. Yeah, what they do with the soundtracks, and then just coming out of the box with this trailer with the Nirvana mix, it's super enticing. Just listening, even if you're not watching the trailer, just listening to the music playing is amazing. So
Yeah.
A worthy contender to Guardians of the Galaxy, in all seriousness.
I listen to the soundtrack all the time.
Surpass it. Yeah.
Like,
And you know how much work they
music,
put
stuff
into
like that.
marrying that soundtrack into that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just like them taking all these rock songs and turning them into like these nice melodies that are just like it's one thing if they sound really, really good, but the second thing is being able to play the game of what song is that, because it just makes another little trivia thing.
Well, the first trailer was like Kanye, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't remember.
I think it was.
All I can think is the first episode, which was definitely the Man in Black.
Yeah, I remember that. So
And they've done Black Hole Sun. There's like a whole bunch of
Oh yeah, the Black Hole Sun was awesome.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and
awesome.
then Zoro
the
brings
first
up
soundtrack,
he wants to see where Tandy Newton's character goes.
Mhm.
That was, I mean, they point out the factor that she wants to be taken to her daughter in the trailer, and I don't know if they can. They're saying it's just a memory that was implanted into her head. I don't know if there's actually an existing person, but I guess we'll find out in the season. So,
Well, yeah.
and a lot of dead bodies in the trailer. So
Yes. A lot.
A lot of bodies.
I'm still waiting for more of the rest of the worlds to be shown, because you get a little bit of the samurai walking around in the trailer. So
that would be fun. That would
What
be
about-
a lot of fun.
what do you think of the trailer? Super.
I thought it. Oh, again, I mean, you pointed out the music. The first time I watched it, because I couldn't get the video to play all the way at work, so it was freezing. So I literally just closed my eyes and listened to the music, and I got chills. I mean, it was fantastic. And I watched it when I got here, and when it cut out to the end with the scars all on the face, and he just gives that little smile, and I was just like, yeah, I can't wait. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's they did the trailer right. I don't think they gave too much away, but
that was a way to do a trailer, because it gets you intrigued, because you're just like, well, what is this? I mean, like she's riding on the horse, and she's got the gun, and she's chasing the people down in the field, and then there's all these people at the bar, and and it's just like you have to watch it now, because you have to go, well, how did we get from there to there to there?
I want to start a new segment of Super Whovian just talking about what's going on in the trailer. Okay, they're doing this and they're doing that and they're doing, and then just you trying to figure out what the heck is actually going on in the trailer.
I know.
So,
Westworld? No, Coco. It's Coco.
yeah.
we left Westworld behind. There we're on Christopher Robin now. Where have you been?
Did you get a chance to check it out, Matt? Or
No, I avoid trailers at all costs. So.
I know you do. You do.
No, I even now, like when I watch HBO now, because I watch Crashing, things like that. When they have the trailers for Westworld or some other shows that I really want to see, I just fast forward through them. I honestly, I don't know. I break trailers down a lot, and they freak me out. I always feel like I'm seeing something that I might not be, or that I am, and I don't know.
Yeah. So, moving on, another thing happened this last weekend, WonderCon, the start of the convention season. The little brother of San Diego Comic-Con. I was there, and there was some really cool things. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out the panels, but holy crap, Batman Ninja needs to be watched the second you get a chance to watch it. That thing is phenomenal. You're watching stuff on screen that you're like, how the heck are they doing this? They do everything from Voltron style robots meshing together to old style samurai movie animes, and it's something unseen, unheard of. Did you guys have any questions about what happened at WonderCon this year?
No, but thanks for ruining Batman. No, I'm just kidding.
Batman and Ninja make Batman better.
No, and the animated stuff from anything Warner Brothers DC has been phenomenal. It doesn't surprise me that the Batman Ninja was great as well. It's something I've been looking forward to anyways. So Batman Gotham by Gaslamp was phenomenal as well. So
Yeah, and this one's actually from a Japanese production company that did it, and then they brought it over here and redid the voiceovers on it, and it's the only one that they kept the same is Bane's voice is the original Japanese voice that was from the original. So, which is a great moment as well. But stylistically, it changes. It's a phenomenal. Go over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/MaliceCorp. Check out the panel over there. It's not going to show you any of the footage of the actual movie, but you get a taste of what the casting creators were planning to do with it. So, and then we got the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. panel, which was potentially their last one. They were doing basically it was kind of sad, Matt. They were doing a Guillermo del Toro on stage where it was like, here, scream louder to let the people in the back know how badly you want this thing.
Don't try to compare Guillermo to
I'm not.
Agent of
It's
S.H.I.E.L.D.
just
No.
Please.
that's the kind of thing though. It sucks that has to be the reaction, and it just hardly ever works. And that's the sad thing about those reactions in those fan panels. And Wes, you and I have yelled at many of Guillermo panels to get things done, and we haven't been able to see him.
You just got to go win trophies. That's
Now you got to go get little gold men
So-
to rock on your toilet bowl behind you. So.
Exactly. And so hopefully now Guillermo gets to do whatever he wants to do.
Oh, just drop it on the table, Guillermo. You hear it thud when it zips that. Oh, it's great.
Are they actually thinking about canceling Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or
It's pretty much they set up the season to
Just in
finalize
case.
this series just in case. It's not looking good.
it frustrates me because that show had so much potential. I gave it up during season 3 because I just could not hang with it anymore. It went the route of Heroes for me, and that frustrates me to no end because I'm so tired of these shows starting off fantastic and then doing too much. You're bringing in too many characters, you got too many plot lines going, so I had to give it up. I don't know if it got better because I'll be willing to go in and give it a shot if y'all say it got better.
I binged through it. I actually enjoyed it, but yeah, I did get a little slow during season
super.
3.
I just hold on one second. I want to know if I missed anything. So
Yeah.
you're not watching the show, but you're sad it's leaving.
Well, no,
I'm a little lost here.
I'm angry because I wanted it to be better than it was, and if it did get better and I'm not watching it, that makes me sad.
Okay.
And if it got better and it's going to be canceled, that does make me sad because
Well-
I thought it was a great show in the beginning.
Our guy IC saying it's gotten a lot better. So get
right.
back in
Well,
it.
then
Go give
I'm
some
back in
support.
it. I'll
Go
give it
rally
another
the
shot.
supernatural troops to keep Shields alive.
Hey,
Go
you know what?
do it,
It's worth a shot. They saved Timeless.
Masonic Vader is saying the same thing. The season is doing great. I watched the first half of the season. I thought it was phenomenal. So
Yeah.
So what they've said is they really like where the Marvel movies go because it gives them that opportunity to go do something else. Like they're in space this season, and they're like, because of what's going on with Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, it let them do that. And technology, they had a whole episode about a whole season about being stuck in a alternate technology universe. So it got good. It just slowed down a little bit and then it got really good. So I hope it does get an extension to it. But
There was even a pretty decent version of a certain biker on screen for once.
well, it was the car version. I can't remember his character's name, but
I said version, but yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that he's got a muscle car this time does not hurt either.
well, that was the way that rendition of him was in the comics as well. So we're beating around the bush. We can just say who it is. Everybody knew what it was. This isn't a spoiler.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Wouldn't be a MaliceCast if his name didn't get brought up.
No, exactly.
I mean, it's weird how much you guys hate him, but man, is he mentioned? I think he's probably been mentioned on more shows than anyone else.
Any other celebrity?
Anyone else?
Him.
John
put
Barrowman,
money on
maybe.
John Barrowman. Yes. Hey, you know what? If I can stick through Arrow after they did John Barrowman dirty like that, then I got to give Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. another chance.
There you go.
which
So,
they're
'cause-
saying in the chat so much better than Nick Cage, and this is what
Oh.
they're saying. With Jack Malice.
Hey man, he leaves a wonderful canvas for people to paint on afterwards. I just don't he sets people up for success.
Look,
all right?
the way to look at someone and know if they're really good at what they do is if they make others better. And you got to say that Nick Cage makes others look better.
I mean, you're not lying. You're not lying right there.
He's like
Big
the
Papa
LeBron James of movie making.
Prydine-
Big Papa Matt, I got
Prydine
your back here.
Wait. Prydine just said, "Don't stare into a mirror and say Nick Cage 3 times."
Hey, say what all y'all want, but I have never heard anybody talk smack about the man who raised Hit Girl. I'm just saying.
Once again,
Mhm.
Big Daddy.
I'll give it to you on
Mhm.
that one. Yeah. Let's talk
Always
about
there
the
for
last.
backup.
Let's talk about the last story before we get into thank you for the last year of Malice Corp. So Fox has done it again, and they pushed back Dark Phoenix to next year being released, and New Mutants now pushed all the way back to December of next year being released. What do you guys think? I want Big Papa.
You're gonna have to give me that one more time.
Fox pushed. Dark Phoenix was supposed to come out in a few months.
Oh, okay, yeah, no.
Pushed it all the way to next
I was
year.
chatting.
Yeah, no, sorry. Pushed it all the way to next year. Pushed New Mutants from April of next year all the way back to December of next year. Do you think that's a bad thing, or like?
So
this
there's
is a
multiple
chance to
things.
give
There's multiple things that worry me about this, right? So one of them, obviously, with Fox and Disney, and in these limbo moments, we're not sure if this deal is done, where it's at, where it's going. You know, there are those types of things I think could be a little bit involved with this. More than anything, I'm worried that these are being redone because they're not at the bar where they've been lately. You know, for the most part, your mutant stuff has been pretty good. Deadpool's been crushing, and I hope that it's for the better. But at the same time, when you delay movies, it's usually because they're junk, and you're rewriting and you're rescripting and you're trying to assemble something that's just not there. And I don't know if you're going to be able to bring anything back if they're that bad where you're delaying them this big. So,
You know, it got pushed all the way back to February of 2019.
Which one, Dark Phoenix or New Mutants?
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Okay, good. I don't care about that one.
Yeah, don't.
Hey,
So
Hey,
I
no,
was
I like the story and I like the comics, but that's why I'm not interested. And I'll still watch it, but I'm not very actively interested in Dark Phoenix because that's a story that needs build up, that needs like Marvel Cinematic Universe being fully realized sort of build up.
Absolutely.
It's not getting it. Therefore, I'm not interested until I see it. New Mutants, I saw the trailers. That looks awesome.
But
I'm
New Mutants
concerned
is
about
still
that thing's
bumped
welfare.
to August 2019 for New Mutants. And in the meantime, they're dropping this movie called The Darkest Minds. I don't know if you've seen the previews for that. I just saw it in the theater yesterday. The trailer started running, and I was like, "Oh, is this New Mutants? Oh, it's not New Mutants. What?
Yeah.
Yeah." So I was like, "Wow, you got time to make this crap, but you don't have time to square away actual." I don't know.
Well, and my thing is like, if you're not good enough to go up against the big dogs in November and December, then you need to rework it, because those are stories that are as good, if not better, than anything else that's going to come out at the end of this year. And if you don't have the guts to put them up against anything big in those holiday seasons, then what the hell are you doing making the movie anyways?
Yeah.
You know, I just...
Well, I gotta go with you. There, especially in the Dark Phoenix, since we know so much less. But not only have we seen a bunch from New Mutants, we have the mission statement that they've at least told us of, hey, we're adding a new character, which at first worried me for basically the same reason, but in the other direction. Like, okay, are you going to make this look hackneyed because you've literally tacked some last minute stuff on there? So maybe, just maybe, this means that they're doing that seriously and actually trying to rework a lot of the movie so they can properly actually naturally fit another character that wasn't there before at all in there.
It's just crazy to think of this movie as 28 months away. Think of it that way. 28 months.
jeez, don't think of it that way.
That
makes me
is
sad.
Is it going to come out? Maybe that's the question.
I started tracking Spider-Man 11 years before it hit in theaters. So And I still enjoyed that. I'm not saying I'm a huge comic book geek. I'm just saying I might still enjoy the movie.
My only
And
hope
I'm a huge comic book geek.
Absolutely. My only hope for Dark Phoenix is that Homegirl that plays Jean Grey and that is tied up with this amazing Game of Thrones series finale, and she just can't break away. She just can't break away.
Yeah,
that could be it too.
I guess that could be. I thought they were done filming already, but I maybe not. Maybe they're.
That's my only hope. That's my only hope.
Yeah, I guess. Or it is. I mean, Masonic Vader says they're scared in the chat. So.
And he also wants to know if Igor's been tracking Spider-Man since 1975.
He's crawling up the wall behind me.
Yeah. And they were asking in the chat as well if New Mutants is well enough known to do well, which Nudie Rudy made the point that with Guardians of the Galaxy it proved that characters don't have to be super well known to be, as long as you do a good movie, it doesn't have to be successful. I mean, it doesn't have to be super known characters, because
even Ant-Man had a good reception, not a Guardians reception, but still a good one.
Ant-Man's still probably a top 3 MCU film, anyways. So
it's a good movie.
I'm excited for Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and Wasp looks great, freaking phenomenal. But yeah, that was the gist of nerd talk that we wanted to talk about, nerd news wise and stuff. I really want to focus on kind of what we're here for, the whole factor that we've been talking nerd for a year now. 50 plus hours of talking nerd. It's crazy. We took a 3-month hiatus, I think, and we still almost hit an hour a week worth of talking all things nerd and geeking out and things like that. Going to start bringing on some guests and stuff, but I want to get it from you guys here on the chat. I mean, what were your favorite moments of MaliceCast for the last year, Malice Corp in general, that you enjoyed being part of it, or just are sick of being here and we keep dragging you along? So, Igor, what did you have any things that stick out?
Oh man, learning how to podcast definitely comes to mind. I might eventually figure this thing out, but yeah, it's really it's really great actually having this kind of, believe it or not, as I say this across the internet, having this level of organization and discipline back into playtime. Think of it kind of like going all the way back to your blocks, or maybe when you and your friends are building forts, that kind of thing. It's kind of like the modern version of that. Here, and I think many other such venues where you find your podcasts, you find your vlogs, and that you really like. And I tell you guys, even in something as small and persistent as this, it's a blast if you get a chance to be a part of it. Join in the fun, whether it's off on your own thing, or you come trying to say, hey, may I be on MaliceCast? I recommend these guys personally really freaking highly. From our founder, Mr. Jack, right on down. We even have this guy in the really snazzy hat over here.
Are you talking about me, or are you talking about the picture of Icy Zoro that just popped up?
From one host to the director, yes.
Okay.
To the director.
Well, because he's got that picture of the beret, so when you said the snazzy hat, and it popped up that picture right at that point.
If he doesn't have a baguette somewhere around him in that photo, I'm disappointed in you, Ian.
Welcome, Icy Zoro, to the cast. Is he muted?
There he is. Wait, you're muted. Oh no!
This is why he's always a part of our opening sequence to sound check.
We had him here for the sound check too, and it worked.
He brought my favorite moment back. One of my favorite moments. It's Icy Zoro, the angry mime.
We're sorry,
that
man.
Was one of the best moments, in my opinion, was when his computer stopped working and he started walking around and like giving it the dirtiest look. No, you're still nope.
We'll eventually get your Morse code if you just plug your mute button on and off. Just keep plugging it. We're hearing the click.
7-4.
Oh man,
this is why we love MaliceCast. So
I gotta say, one of my favorite moments was the Better Han Solo movie title. That whole cast was.
Oh, there we go. That's a boy.
Better?
Yes.
Oh, there we are. Me as an angry mime, also one of my favorite movies. Good Lord. Stupid computer. I gotta say, one of my favorite moments overall was just getting to know the lot of you. I was invited to this whole thing by Jack Malice, a guy that I used to work with. He was like, "Hey, you're kind of a nerd, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And just getting to know all of you and interacting with your nerddom has enriched my nerddom as well. Igor's introduced me to a bunch of comics. Super Who, I host a podcast with her from time to time. So much fun. Beacon, Mast, you guys rock. Matt, I'm sorry, Big Papa, Matt.
Hey man, my name's out there. You ain't gonna hide nothing.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, Big Papa, Matt. I love watching you and Beacon on Quest for 100. Like you guys, you don't necessarily always have the same takes on movies that I do, but I love listening to your opinions on them. Yeah, it enriches my experience. The one 5.5 that you're gonna do, I've got a slightly different opinion than you do. But you know what? I loved hearing what you had to say about it in the chat. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say on cast. So
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to say. I'm just gonna say that. That's all I got for you.
Hey,
man, there's a lot
you
to
guys
love.
need a guest star.
Gotta save that fire.
That's for me, one of the things that's a big point that Zorro brings out is that not all of us knew each other. I didn't know Igor. I didn't know Zorro. Unfortunately, she couldn't join us on cast at any point tonight, but Sophia Rose, I didn't know who gave us our fantastic intro for the song that plays before all of our casts over on YouTube. The growth that this thing has done is amazing. If you watch episode 1 up to season 2, episode 10, and see the difference in quality and the camaraderie that happens here, it's phenomenal to see the growth that we've gotten in a year.
And in fact, that brings up my actual favorite moment of this podcast was Mest, the work that you did building the best of episodes. Watching those killed me. That was watching our progress over time.
Zorro, you get one favorite moment, bro. You get all of ours, man.
Well, I mean, that was my pinnacle.
Less positive.
I was laying a baseline. That's my top.
That was your Nick Cage moment, helping us all set us all up for success right there.
Put the bunny back in the box.
And welcome Polyfuse to the chat as well. One of our favorite people that's always here. So thank you for joining. Beacon, you were stating, what was it, the Han Solo was your
that was a great moment. The better Han Solo title. I'm thinking like fan moment, like it really was engaging.
Well, it was, because we had so much interaction with it on Twitter. I think that's the most I've ever seen IZ go off on Twitter. It got David Hayden Jones in on it. He was actually participating in it for a little bit because he's a huge Star Wars fan. So, I mean, it brought in all these people that you weren't even expecting from just a little riff that we were doing, not even planned. Yeah. So I hope to see more of that going forward, to just get people involved like that.
But for me, if I could say, I live 1,000 miles away from everybody. Like I literally live in the middle of nowhere, like away from all of you guys. So just a big thank you from me to Jack Malice for starting this whole thing, because some of you I hadn't talked to in well over 10 years. Some of you I'd never met before. But now I consider some of my absolute best friends. So this has been a great place for us to reconnect to, literally people I've known for almost my entire life. So to be able to have this time where we talk daily, every day we're talking, whereas, before it was years and years before we'd see each other or talk to each other. So now we got a reason to visit each other. We've got a reason to talk every day.
Well, living where you live, this is just your social life at this point, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's either being outdoors or this. So
I mean, who does that?
And look how wide I am, so
What about you, you Super? Do you have a kind of last year retrospective favorite moment?
Yeah, well, you guys have brought up some of them. You know, the meeting everyone and the having fun and giving a place to finally have people to talk to about things. Because I try and talk to people in my daily life, and they're just like, "What are you talking about? You know, crazy person. Just go sit in the corner and you know." Um, but having the interactions on Twitter and getting people to engage and follow and you know, getting noticed by people that you'd never get noticed by before, like on Supernatural, John Barrowman calling us out, Henry Winkler, William Shatner calling me out on Twitter a couple times, engaging in this, you know, nerddom that we engage in. Malcolm Barrett and Julianne Emery reading stuff that I've written to engage, follow, and you know, so having the cast of and crew of people that I'm writing about, having them read the articles and sending me messages. Oh, we good?
You're good.
Okay, good. Yeah, so having them and then thank me directly, saying, you know, these are nice words. Thank you so much for putting this time and effort into something that we do, and that's appreciated by me. I know it's appreciated by them, but I never would have had that if it wasn't for this. So
Yeah, the celebrities that have talked to us is freaking awesome too. The retweets that I've gotten, and one of my favorite shows, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, I got freaking to talk with the main actress from there, and the second main actress retweeted me and talked about me singing and doing stupid stuff for Nerd Fight. These are things that I never would have done if not for this group. So the kick in the butt that this gave us to go out and get stuff done. Thank you, Icy Zoro, for joining us. But now joining us on the cast, we have our editor-in-chief, Mr. Nudie Rudy. He is clothed, thank God.
At least from the waist
a great
up.
disturbance in my shorts.
But yeah, this is
I see your shorts is as big as mine.
I don't know about that.
No.
That's another one of my favorite moments is the beginning of trying to figure out how to get Nudie Rudy to speak without saying something that he shouldn't say.
That was one of my favorite moments as well. I was going to bring up. Thank you, sir.
And then when we got the thing that he shouldn't have said, repeating back and back and looping. You should go back and watch.
That first blooper reel you made was great, sir.
Nudie, how about you? What? Thank you for joining. But what are some things that stood out to you for this last year? Favorite moments, what the site has meant for you and stuff like that.
Sure. Well, the first thing stood out for me was our site stats themselves. I'd like to bring up. We'd had an amazing year on the MaliceCorp site itself, which really is kind of the genesis of this podcast and why we all came together in the first place. So with the articles there, we had 454 articles written this year, which garnered us 397,107 visitors and a total of 1.26 million page views. I think that is great for our year to date. Those are amazing numbers, and we certainly had a lot of people come visit us and check us out on the website, and I think the podcast has driven a lot of that as well. So I'm very glad that we've had the chance to both get ourselves out there in writing and get our fun faces out there too. And as far as my favorite things from our first year of the podcast, I would say first and foremost, like a lot of people mentioned, it really is getting to know and meet a lot of new friends and just connect with old friends and spend time with all you guys. It really has been amazing. Really, the camaraderie and the feeling of just geeking out together has been the most amazing thing. And Jack giving us a chance to do that and getting this site together and providing everything for us has just been an amazing opportunity. So that definitely is my number one first thing I'd like to mention about our first year of MaliceCorp. And other than that, I would say the bloopers and the outtakes and the extra things and my definite hand in them have certainly been a warm and fond memory for me, and hopefully we can keep those to a minimum going forward.
Well, Mr. Rudy, I remember a little bit of your commentary. I know at least in your top 100 favorites had to be Marley Baugh starting to write, because Marley Baugh and her grammar. I just remember that little reaction of there was nothing to edit. Like I could just hear you sitting down and saying, I can finally die.
There are those rare gems we come across, and definitely I'll say probably the award for greatest improvement has to go to our chief here, Mess, there, who's certainly cleaned up a lot of his submissions. So I'll give him that best improvement trophy there.
We've taught him complete sentences and correct punctuation.
No. The best
Comma usage is still terrible, but
I think my best improvement is my screen not going like me. Yeah.
You mean your purchase for better internet? Yes.
Yeah, exactly. and internet booster to go on top of that better internet that still was not better internet. But yeah, I've done a lot of work to try and get better for the stuff. And plus, Nudie has helped us sound somewhat eloquent when we're writing our articles, because the grammar's not always there, and he goes in and fixes quite a bit of our grammar mistakes. He truly is a grammar tyrant when it comes to editing all the articles that pop up. So if it's worth reading, thank Mr. Nudie Rudy for going through the articles and putting the commas in the right spots. So and if you want to join the MaliceCast family of nerds and geeks, you are more than welcome. This is a community where we're looking to branch out and have fun and just talk about all things nerd. And if you want to come and write articles for malice-corp.com, reach out to us. Let us know on Twitter at MaliceCorp or at MaliceCast, or reach out to me at Mest_MaliceCorp or Beacon_MaliceCorp. Any one of us. If you want to join in, please let us know. Just don't double space all your words, because it really, really infuriates Nudie Rudy when he has to edit those.
I don't know what you're
Nudie
talking
Rudy,
about.
the guy to take you from needs improvement to okay.
green check mark, baby.
So thanks for joining us, Nudie. We'll see you again soon to talk a little bit more of the celebration. So we're gonna have one more person joining us here in just a sec, but yeah, I wanted to talk about the thank you to everybody that's watched us, all the nerd enthusiasts, all the geek enthusiasts, nerd aficionados. We have hit 179 subscribers on YouTube. We have 67 here on Twitch. And then, like they said, the multitude of people that have joined the website. That's a lot of support for something that came out of nowhere. And nobody knew anything about.
Zero budget. Yeah.
Zero budget. Yeah. Remember the old call signs on how to follow us, the lined paper that I held up all of our names. So yeah, I want to thank the people that have followed us. Polyfuse, big one. Thank you so much, Polly, for coming back and following us. Red Meepaw, Pridine, thank you guys for joining in on the chats, having fun with us.
Shout out to S.H.I.E.L.D Barefoot in the chat room. What up, Gary?
Welcome, S.H.I.E.L.D. A new great fan that interacts with us on not for MaliceCast specifically, but you guys, Beacon and Big Papa Matt. You've got the Quest for 100, the
Absolute Zero.
Yeah. So all these people, when they're joining us, we appreciate it. The people that still stick around on YouTube and our first fan, that our Barrowman fan that kicked off.
Yes,
Nancy.
Oh yeah, Nancy's awesome. I talk to her all the time on Twitter. She's like you, Beacon. She misses Barrowman on Arrow and thinks it was crap what they did to him. And I think she's actually given up the show now until they bring Barrowman back. So power to her.
Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we've made friends with people that we still don't even see in person, and that's amazing. And we wouldn't have had this if not for Jack Malice giving us this opportunity to do it. Now joining us on the cast, like we said, if you want to be part of this family and join in with us, we'll take any oncomers. I mean, seriously, anybody, because we let Masonic Vader join us.
Come on, I was the free agent pickup. Come on now.
We had to fill cap space. I mean, what do you want us to do?
Damn.
Everybody's got a supplementary draft that we got to fill in the roster.
Hey man, I'm the NBA six-man award right there.
As you've seen on the recent cast, Masonic Vader, one of our newest members to the podcast of this growing family of nerds, he was one of those people sitting out on the sidelines, really watching and joining us in the chat. And he came along and joined in. And lucky for him, he was able to talk at least with a little bit better speech than me. And we let him stay. So what about you, Masonic? Any special moments that you liked from the last year, or anything you want to talk about?
Well, I've been practicing on my speech a lot, and it's been helping me out many times before.
Still better than Mest.
At least we didn't have to bleep anything out right there. So.
No, I kept it PG. You know what? The cool thing about this is just what you guys have been talking about since minute one. It's just a bunch of different people. Some people have known each other for a long time. Some of us are getting to know each other. It's a great combination of knowledge base. You got people that know comic books like nothing other. You've got other people that are big onto the movies, and it just blends well. And I've really enjoyed. I think the best time was actually just really, to be honest, my first article being published in my first show. It's nice to be able to actually contribute more than just putting a pretty face on the screen. Because I look good. What can I say? But it's been fun though. I have a lot of fun. Like I'm really starting to learn some stuff that I did not recall or remember, or just totally forgot. And plus I want to give a shout out to my favorite place. Let me move this up a little bit. Battle Mage Brewery, sir. Yes.
Loaded, dude.
Yes. You need to go there. It's phenomenal. Nothing worse than having tasters served to you on a wooden axe. Come on now. There is
with names like Goblin's Blood and stuff like that.
Yeah, you see that right there? Because I know it's on TV right there. Yeah, look at that. See?
Boom. That's another great thing about MaliceCast and Malice Corp as a whole. The people that we've met outside of this, Battle Mage, fantastic brewery, great friends over there. Sky High Comics, great people over there. We had Max from Turbo Comics on here. I mean, we're the people that are joining in that aren't on the screen is awesome. So Battle Mage especially. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Turbo Comics. Max was phenomenal on the cast a couple weeks ago. We look forward to having him join us on the cast again. And yeah, so sorry. I had to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, no, and the last thing I wanted to throw in was just the fact that for those people that do watch the Yahoo videos or YouTube videos, excuse me, because I think I might have had a little beverage beforehand. For the people that watch the YouTube videos or tuning in to Twitch right now, like seriously, tell everybody about us. Join in, like they said, and the reason why is because you're seeing a side of this nerdum from the fans' point of view. We're not being paid. I bought this stuff. It's just people talking in good spirit and fun, coming from a person's point of view, not the hey, these guys pay me $50 to say this kind of view. And I think people appreciate that a hell of a lot more. So yeah, I mean, people there's a crap load of Batman fans on here, but everyone knows Superman's still the best. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Big Papa Man.
Shameless plug. I take it every time.
But however, we are not paid. But if you want to hit that subscribe button on Twitch, we will not deter you away from that. You are more than welcome to do that. We do appreciate it, and it does go right back into helping the website go, helping us get better equipment so that we can sound or look better for you. It's not paying us anything, but we appreciate it. Great.
We need you to subscribe so we could do better CGI for Matt's beard than what they did in Justice League for Superman.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't have much of a graphics budget, but it's all here for this beard. So.
Hashtag add Matt's beard to Superman.
I'd actually watch it then. I might actually watch it.
Superman couldn't handle this beard.
He's a man, a manly man.
I need to say one thing here because, like I said, Saphira Rose was not able to join us because she was really sick, but she did send me a message that she wanted to send out to Jack, our producer, our creator of the website, and giving us the opportunity to do this type of stuff. She put, Jack, it's been an amazing year for Malice Corp. Thank you for creating this platform for nerds like us to share our passions. It's been so awesome to see how everyone has grown in this. I'm actually proud of the work done on here. When I hear that theme start, I know it's going to be a fun show. So I wish she could have been on here. I miss her cat ears on her.
Me too.
But like I said, I want to thank Saphira Rose for giving us that theme, because that theme, it screams Malice Corp. You hear it, it doesn't sound like anybody else's. It's ours. And you know what you're getting ready to watch and what you're getting ready to listen to. I also want to thank Dark Pirate Shay for the logo. That is phenomenal. We're gonna try and do something different here and hope that the stream doesn't fall apart. But I'm gonna yeah, we'll see what
Cross
happens.
those fingers.
I'm gonna call Ian, Icy Zorro, and Mr. Nudie Rudy back to the cast if they can join us. And we have a little bit left to say, but as we're getting on with that, as always, if you guys want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter at MaliceCorp. You can follow us on Instagram at Malice_Corp. You can follow our great producer Jack Malice at Jack_Malice, and you can follow us on the website at malice-corp.com. And we all have, oh my God, this is crazy.
I know. There's a whole broad bar of people down here. It's kind of creepy.
And
new territory.
I would love if it'll happen, but I'm gonna try and do a Regis Philbin moment and call the producer to come on screen, but we'll see. I don't think he will.
Come on out, Jack Malice.
It's all thanks to that guy. It's all thanks to this one dude
Jack
who had
Malice,
a dream and a bit of pocket money. Finally
Because
said, I want to have a video game review site. I want to have a text review site, and I finally have the time and the money. And this is what spun out of that dream, that initiative, and him actually trusting us enough as friends and as people to say, hey, well, what if we added the?
Mm-hmm.
This
And
is the most I've ever heard Igor talk at once.
Hey, he's there.
is he actually there?
Hey, yeah.
He's
Have your
on.
mic on. Can you tell us what the whole point of the reason that you did this, the reason you got this group of people together? And
Misanthropes.
awesome. This is awesome what you
You can
created.
fire us all in one place.
Yes, you're all
You're far too
fired.
trusting.
Fire! The rapscallions.
No,
Outta
actually,
here.
it was just sitting around watching and seeing all the videos and everybody talking about all the things that I loved, and seeing all of these different opinions and realizing that most of them were being paid to say what they think and throwing out opinions that were not even close to what I thought.
Wait, we can get paid for this?
No, I'm talking about like
you.
companies that are you know out there talking about what we talk about, and it's just like okay. And I'm like, I got a lot of guys that I know and a lot of young ladies that I know that have real opinions and know what the heck they're talking about. So why don't we do the same and actually give people real opinions that make sense?
Actual nerds talking about actual nerdery.
Yeah, and introduce us to places like Battle Mage Brewery. Hey,
You mean yeah, right there, Battle Mage.
Battle
I
Mage.
have my Battle Mage hat, but I had to wear the first cast hat. So
And I don't think they have a beer called Goblin's Blood. It's stuff like Astral Hammer.
They used to have Goblin's Blood. It was a special beer though. I don't know if they have it still.
I don't remember that one, but my favorite will always be Somebody Friet, the hopped amber. Highly suggested. So if you are down in San Diego, anywhere near Vista, stop in there.
We'll be there.
Tell them Malice Corp sent you.
Yeah. I think Mesty and I will be there in July. We'll make time to visit during Comic-Con.
Well, if everything goes right, I'll go there with you a lot.
Yeah.
Jack, did you have a favorite moment from the last year?
I already told you in the chat channel.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a free agent pickup of Masonic Vader.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
No. It was anytime Beacon and Big Papa Matt were hosting the show.
Yep.
True. Those were my favorite moments.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, thank you for all of you gathering together today because we have something to talk to you about. This is an intervention.
Yeah.
I bet you're wondering why we all called you here today.
Want to make sure he felt like he was safe.
And he's gone. And he's gone. Just like that.
But, however,
peace out.
The point of getting everybody here was to say thank you, Jack Malice, for giving us this platform. Thank you so much for putting up the stuff that it took to get us going, to show us. I mean, I didn't know squat about any of the editing stuff that I've learned from this, and just from going and doing this and trying to get better and trying to get up to the level of what you do to make us look good. I've learned a ton. So I thank you so much. This is something I've wanted to do forever, but nobody lit that fire under me. You gave me that opportunity to do that.
I'm back, and you can all stop blowing wind up my skirt. I don't do anything.
We're not going to.
I don't do anything. It's all this stuff comes from all of you guys. All I do is provide, a framework, and I don't even do much of that. So all of the articles, all the work, all the editing, all of the chats and talks, that all comes from you guys. Has nothing to do with me. I sit here and watch a set of green flashy lights that go up and down and try to keep Mike from blowing everybody's eardrums out when he comes on. And by just turning down and equalizing sound, I try to make Masonic Vader not sound so nasal.
Ooh, it's tough.
It's
Hey,
tough.
what are you talking about? Hey.
Hey, you know what the cool thing is? Once Jack Malice gets on screen, we spike to 17 viewers. Thank you guys for
yeah, right.
watching.
Shout out to Turbo Comics in the chat room. What up, Max?
Turbo Max.
Because they all saw the shirt.
Hi, Max.
So
Nice.
yeah, welcome. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just providing
else?
the framework. Well, it was
Anybody else
providing
wanna
the
say
framework,
thank
but it was
Electric
more.
Mastro in the chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Electric. Haven't missed you.
We got a party going now.
We do. Anybody else want to say a thank you?
Yeah, man. I didn't even get a chance. I got two
You let the
Bad
beard
guy.
talk.
on.
So many people on.
I've got two Twitter accounts on this show right now. All right.
You.
You look at this bottom corner. There's Nerd Mosh Pit and Quest for Movies. That is my love of this community. You guys are all sitting here thinking Jack Malice. You're thinking the wrong person. You need to be thinking Jack's patience for all of us and what he has allowed us to do on this. Have had nothing but fun. I love that we've been provided just as a group so many things to do. I was in a really, really, kind of dark place when this kind of opportunity came to me when I was in Dallas. I was so far away from so many of you guys, friends, family out here in California. And when this was an opportunity to kind of get back in touch and be around you guys again, it was everything I could have asked for at that time. So I can't thank you enough. Also from Nick and Kenny of the Nerd Mosh Pit, we thank you guys as well. We would not be around without you guys. And that's something that's really big for us too, because this is something that, S.H.I.E.L.D Barefoot, as you saw on the chat channel, him and I have been doing this a long time as well. And we've never had so much fun doing it. And we love being a part of Malice Corps. We love being a part of the Malice Corps family of podcasts and the family in general. And to every single person sitting in that chat room that has had a great time with us, chatted with us, and done those things, and made this so special for us. So thank you all that are on here right now. Thank you, Jack. Thank you also to Mrs. Malice, who has to put up with Jack. She
And
deserves
from
a
the TWD cast, yeah.
He deserves a huge shout out as well as his little girl that I know we send him home in a rage with us, and they are there to show him love and support for us. So we appreciate you guys. I thank you, everybody that's out there supporting, everybody that's on this cast as well, that puts up with the time.
And Mrs. Malice very well.
They buy you tacos to appease you. We know these things.
The taco love.
We know you like tacos.
Yeah, so that's the end of my soapbox. Thank you to everybody that's out there supporting every single person that's on this show to give us an opportunity and let us have a couple hours a week to be nerds with each other. So thank you guys.
And also, just a little side note, what you said, you also have the Nerd Mosh Pit. I've listened to several of those. You guys are rad, so listen to that one as well.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we have a ton of fun with it. It is all over the place and quite a miss, but we love it.
In a sentence.
Yes, something was rad. I'm
Molly
California
Boston.
now.
California in the 80s?
I'm sorry. I've lived in California my entire life. I think the last time I heard rad was when I actually watched an 80s movie. All right.
I grew up in Minnesota, so in my opinion, rad is a California word.
The last time I heard rad was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the movie. So.
Okay, do you want me? I can do Turtles words if you want. This was tubular.
Hey, they had the reunion of Bill and Ted for Entertainment Weekly. This works perfectly with that right now.
Are you disagreeing that Nerd Mosh Pit is rad?
At least you didn't say bodacious, because that would have just made me
We'll take whatever you give us at this point. You know,
It's
far out, brother. Far out.
Jack, do you
Just
remember?
keep your talking to 5-star reviews, okay?
Yeah,
5-star reviews.
5-star reviews on iTunes, guys. Thank you. Jack, do you remember what the statistic was of how many podcasts actually go beyond 10 episodes?
Not off the top of my head. I know it was somewhere less than 70% make it to, it's something like that. 60-70% don't make it to 10 episodes. I have it all written down someplace, but I don't remember.
And we did 34 episodes our first season, and this is actually episode 13 because Epic Beardos didn't put an episode number on it, but 13 episodes in the second season. So we're going strong.
The entirety of our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah. So thank you guys for coming along and being a part of the journey with us. Before we talk about where to follow everybody, does anybody else have anything to say about what's going on? About any thank yous or?
I do want to say thank you to Jack because I finally got to meet him about 3 weeks ago at Battle Mage. It was fun.
That wasn't me.
Oh, that's
That was
right.
your
The
drunken
cop showed up.
doppelganger?
That was his doppelganger. Yeah, exactly. And also thank you to the cast itself. Like I said, I'm the new guy on the cast, and I was typing stuff, and I got to write an article, and I got invited. So, thank you very much for bringing me on. Thank you very much for Jack for starting this whole thing and keeping us rolling.
Now, I will just really quick. I will say that was one of the more interesting St. Patty's days I've had in a long time. There, Vader. That was just very interesting.
You're welcome, sir.
And Turbo Comics says you have to see the movie called Rad, which I did see. I'm an 80s kid. I saw
The BMX battle scene, dude.
Yes.
Gleaming the Cube? What? No.
Not to date myself, but I think
Rad's
I saw
not
that in the
terrible.
movie theater.
I want to very quickly thank people from left to right on my screen. Beacon, you are an amazing moderator and very calm, very accepting of all the stuff that we need to do. Big Papa Matt, dude, you make me jealous of the beard. Masonic Vader, I actually accept your love of Superman, despite what everybody else does. I know. And the next one actually along is Jack Malice, which we've already covered that. Thank you so much for inviting me to this. Mest, thank you for moderating so many of the panels I've been on. I love The Walking Dead. I love Preacher, although I think that's also Beacon. And let's see here. We got Nudie Rudy. Dude, meeting you in person, I was a little bit disturbed when you took off your sweatshirt. I was like, oh, he's getting naked.
Was there another sweatshirt underneath it?
No, it was a t-shirt. But he was at the winery where I work, and I was like, calm your stuff, dude.
When I gotta test the wine, I gotta dip it in.
Super Ovian, you are one of the people that I talk to the most in my life right now. I have met so many great people from this. So
Very good.
that's all I have to say.
And you talking about Nudie taking off his sweater and thinking that reminds me of the time where you just suddenly sat down on the floor and tilted your camera and everyone's like,
Everybody thought you had no pants on.
I plugged it back in.
Yeah. And everyone was like, well, he's not the one that's supposed to be Nudie. That's Rudy. Like, why does he have
that camera angle made him look like Golem.
To be fair, it was just my lower calves, all right?
But it was funny.
They were soft and sensual lower calves.
They were muscular and manly.
I've never seen West go, we need a blocker. We need a blocker. Yeah.
Lastly, one of my favorite moments of Malice Corp for the last year was going down to SDCC with Super Hoovian and watching her inhale
toxic fumes.
Hey, that's not toxic fumes. That's legal in California now.
Legal, guys.
Recreationally, yes.
I almost didn't watch the tick because it almost killed me.
But
that's how angry I got at that fake mist that I thought was going to be tempting, or I thought was going to be refreshing and cool, and instead almost killed me.
Yes, exactly.
So. I got to go back and watch it. I could see her walk around. The bugs, they got me.
Just the hack that she did was hilarious because she about died.
You first thought she was going to fall into the hole, and then she came out choking.
It was horrible.
Immediately regret this decision.
It was immediate regret. It was literally, I was like, oh, it's so hot. There's this mist coming out. I must stick my face in it. And no, it was like, ha ha ha, we have claimed our first victim. Horrible.
Rookie.
First and only victim. There's no one else that did that. There's no one else that was like, oh, cool,
did you say something about they put a sign up that said, don't put your head in this hole?
No, they actually blocked it off. I think they saw the video and blocked it off right after that. Yeah, that same day she tried to reach for King Kong's toe over this gate because they had a statue of King Kong, and she tried to reach for the toe and almost fell over the gate trying to do that.
I may not survive the 4-day trip. This may be what kills me at the end because I am actually going for all 4 days, and I will have no one watching me.
Which will give us even more coverage of SDCC, so stay tuned for that type of stuff.
I just can't wait for all of the yellow yield signs of "Don't stick your head in this."
I know. So there could be a lot of things blocked.
It'll just be a picture of Super's head, like.
Everybody at Comic-Con's gonna be like, do they really need a sign for that? And the point over like, yeah, you do. You really do.
I think we're gonna have to put up missing signs. Have you seen this woman?
I know, it's very possible. It's very possible.
So, I want to say thank you guys for all coming on. This is awesome. I remember a time when we would have done this and we tried to get 4 people on, and the stream just crashed. So,
would have been a mess.
Yeah. So the fact that we were able to get a mess. Yeah.
A real mess.
The fact that we were able to get everybody on here, and once again say thank you to Jack for giving us this platform to do this. That's the biggest thing, because we wouldn't have been able to do this without it. Despite what you want to say, it's not blowing smoke up your butt, Jack. But
no, he said skirt. Remember, he said he's wearing a skirt.
Skirt, yeah, kilt, but
he admitted it. That's a good thing. We have it on tape now. It's good.
But we really wouldn't have been able to do this if you hadn't put the platform together. If you hadn't reached out to people and said, "Hey, I want to get this done. I want to do this," and actually go ahead with it. Because I don't know how many times I've said, "Hey, I want to do this," and never actually went ahead and got it done. So let's go down since we have everybody here at once. Let's talk about where we can follow everybody. Let's start with Mr. IC Zorro, since he's next to me on screen that I see.
Sure. Yeah, I am at IC Zorro on both Twitter and Instagram. I am going to be going to France on a cruise down the Rhone River over the next week and a half or so.
Is that the same thing as name dropping? Like, I'm going to be in France.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to follow me, there's going to be a lot of good pictures.
Okay.
He's going to be actually wear his beret and look normal.
It's going to be a lot of good pictures. Lower thigh.
I will see if I can find a beret just for you guys.
I got a maroon one you can borrow, but I don't know if people will like you wearing it.
I'm gonna try to do this. Hold on. One of those. Yeah.
There you go. Super. Where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Super Hoovy and Nut. It's always a good time over there. We're always talking about random stuff, and it's a good platform for, as we were saying earlier, like with the titles that we bring in here, and it's a good way to just jump in, and because I'm everywhere. You find me everywhere on Twitter. So.
Okay. Awesome. Yes, definitely follow her. It's a fun time. She has a lot of interesting things to say and interesting people to talk to. Nudie Rudy, where can we follow you?
You can follow me at Nudie Rudy on Twitter and on Instagram. And please follow the official MaliceCorp Instagram as well.
Awesome. And for the first time in a long time, I haven't gotten to hear this one. Where can we follow you, Jack Malice?
Into the dining line as we go into the restaurant, because at Jack_Malice. And just so it's clarified, it is a kilt. It is not a skirt, but we all know how some people are culturally insensitive in this group, so I didn't want to confuse them.
Okay, judgy, whatever.
If I called it a kilt, he'd be sitting there going, "What's a kilt?"
What do you mean? Are you talking about one of these things?
Oh,
what?
What? That's a skirt. Yeah.
What?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's a skirt there, man. I don't think that's a kilt.
That was a kilt, sir.
That
Straight
was
from the
that
Highland
was,
Games.
The tilted kilt out there in San Diego, right?
Bonus.
Where can we follow you, Masonic Vader?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter, Masonic Vader 71. You could also follow me the same on PlayStation, and then on Instagram, Masonic Vader, because I just wanted to change it up once.
Nice. Actually changed it up.
I feel like that was supposed to be a joke.
Where
Can you do a
holding your
special
finger
effect
out
when you
for?
do the edit? So when he does this, we get the gleam. He goes and put the bing in there as well.
I could probably do that. Yeah.
Hell yes.
And then we'll freeze frame it and get some like old school 80s montage music.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, let me do it one more time where the thumb's not my face. Hold on.
You gotta talk while you do
There
it.
you go.
I gotta wait till I gotta keep this one till last because he's got the list of lists. Beacon, where
Yeah,
can
we'll
we
have
follow
another
you?
hour for the show.
Yeah. You can follow me at Beacon_MaliceCorp on Twitter and PlayStation Network. You can also follow our awesome, amazing podcasts at MaliceCast on Twitter. And you can follow at Quest for Movies on Twitter. That's Quest for 100. We'll be recording our next episode next week. Stay tuned for that.
Before we get to the next one, can we point out Igor? He dropped off earlier. His tablet died. He also just wanted to thank everybody. So
Yes.
also big part of one of all of our casts.
Absolutely. And you can follow him on PlayStation Network at Harris_Doubledon.
Like
Double down
down,
without the W. And he has the Destiny 2 MaliceCorp
Yep.
forum as well. So hit that up on malice-corp.com. You can follow this cast as what's that?
And
Clan. Yes.
MaliceCorp Destiny 2 Clan.
Yes. But he has the forum too on MaliceCorp. So like Big Papa Matt brought up, you can follow this cast at MaliceCast. You can follow me on Twitter at Mest_MaliceCorp. You can follow Big Papa Matt, go for it, because I know you.
Wait, let me get a beer. Hold on a sec.
Big Papa Matt, son of Maku, the 10th of his name, son of Maku, son of Maku.
From the tribe of Maku.
20
Don't
minutes
forget the
later.
tribe.
Breaker of
Maku on
chains.
this.
It only lasts so long because you guys love it. I just am a crowd pleaser with these tags.
If the beard has that many titles,
It has to happen this way.
Where
It has
can
to
we
happen this
follow
way.
you, Big Papa?
Let it wash over you. Let it wash over
Burly
you.
beard.
I don't
So-
want anything of yours, Matt, washing over me. Thank you.
Oh, but you do. You just don't know it yet.
it's a little rapey.
I mean, only if you let it be. Only if you let
Windowless fan. I have some candy for you.
That's my candy. All right.
Free candy? Is it free candy?
Probably let him just.
I mean, you can say it's a rate band, but I just call it an Uber ride. All right. I'm just there to pick people up that called me to their house. So yes, please, as you guys heard, Beacon talk about it. Quest for Movies, Quest for 100. More than anything, though, at Nerd Mosh Pit, check us out. That is our other podcast as part of the Mouse Dash Corp family of podcasts. You follow me at the Big Papa Matt on Twitter, Son of Maku on Snapchat, as well as hit us up if you guys want to on Gmail at Nerd Mosh Pit. I'm going to keep this going here for you. Big Papa Matt on Instagram. You also have me on Vero at Son of Maku. You also have me on Facebook.
How many people are you?
That's 10 so far. Keep going. We got you.
Son of Maku on PlayStation Network. You can hit me up at Son of Maku on Xbox Clan Lines as well. So I'm there for all of you guys. Whatever you want, wherever you need. ID. I got you. At Big Papa, Son of Maku, twitch.tv/Son of Maku as well.
Two more for the baker's dozen. Come on.
Hold on.
We're working on 13.
The Big Papa Matt on Pinterest 14. As well, so you can hit me up there. Nintendo ID at Son of Maku, and I'll put a friend's code on the list as well, so you guys can hit us up on there if you want to get beat down in some Mario Kart.
You don't need to
Farmer Singles. What is it?
Farmersonly.com.
So that's farmersonly.com.
Yeah. Also, you can find my cheese preferences on this website.
Oh, they want to know what your live journal is as well.
The live journal goes through malice-corp.com, where you can find me as the Big Papa Matt on there.
Hey, so Matt,
what's your GeoCities?
Wait, Matt, those were just sites for your beards. Now let's just talk about you.
You as a person.
Well, the beard's Instagram is just called The Beard, and it's on there. So hashtag The Beard, and you'll find it. So.
And here you go, guys. You have the first confirmed scene for the best ofs when season 2 ends.
Well, here's the thing: this is just the first part of this, because now we're also going to hopefully start. Done. I got 2 more upcoming. I have a comic book podcast coming later this month. Mm-hmm. I also have hopefully we'll be streaming our D&D live stuff on Twitch. All of those things. So as I'm dropping it here now to hold us accountable to make sure those things happen for all of you, the fans out there in the world.
Welcome to MaliceCast Season 3, as Matt just finished.
Yeah.
So we're working on.
Let me tell you guys where you can follow me.
34th plug for Big Papa Matt.
Hey,
as it turns out, he's got a GeoCities. He's got a like house.
Stick that on your marquee and suck
a web spider.
You can follow him on Commodore 64 at Lodestar, comma 8, comma 1.
If I could get my Commodore.
Beard.matt.me.
That's an asterisk.
It's an asterisk.
Well, we will be coming back to you guys every Friday to talk all things nerd. Join us on Mondays to talk about The Walking Dead. Quest for 100 will pop up whenever it pops up. We'll also have TV talks popping up whenever they pop up. We got a lot of stuff coming. So Nerd Mosh Pit, check them out on iTunes. Check out Turbo Comics on Facebook. Look them up. Look up Sky High Comics. Look up Battle Mage as well in the San Diego area. All great guys. And thank you for this journey. So I'll say go ahead and keep nerding on, unless Jack wants to say one last thing before we head out.
No, I was just going to say that's kind of, so Quest for 100 is kind of like the story for your life. It just kind of pops up when it pops up.
I have dirty things to say.
Sometimes
helps. So many innuendos.
Your prayers won't help you get Quest for movies to pop up.
I'm going to get it in before the end, so carry on.
Yeah, keep nerding on. Keep nerding
funny.
On. Stay nerdy out there.
Peace.
But mostly stay nerdy out there.
Beacon said keep nerding on before he said his closing catchphrase.